Hello, Brubs. We're back with new book arrivals number 253, I believe. These are the broken rib edition because I broke a couple ribs at work, so I was off yesterday and I got some books. Not that many. I only went to one place. What's it, 10 books? Let's do it. Strangely enough. Let's get some light on that. There we go. Abridged by C.B. Colby. Fact or fiction, real or imagined. Scholastic Books Services. 1959. This is the sixth printing, 1967. Obviously, just the normal stuff you'd fill the kids. Witch's Revenge, New England's Darkest Day. Yonkers Saucer, Ghosts That Follow the Ship. Lost Inca Treasure, The Witch on the Colt's Neck. The Army That Disappeared, The Bewitched Cat of the Catskills. The Bottled Ghost. Hessian Booty. I'd like to get some Hessian booty. Ice from Heaven. Fireballs. Captain Harry White is now one of the few men who have actually seen an explained UFO. He has also seen such aerial oddities as fireballs ahead of his plane during electrical storms. We're interested in the... let's look at the Bottled Ghost. Some ghosts seem to have no explanation at all. Others frighten people for years, and then suddenly take, for example, one particular house that everyone in town thought was haunted. Many folks who had been near it had heard ghostly moanings and groanings from inside, not just imagined noises, but weird sounds that sent chills up the spine and curled the hair. Occasionally, a few daring young boys would sneak a few feet inside the crumbling old doorway, trying to be very brave, but secretly hoping they would see and hear nothing to destroy their bravado. Occasionally, they did hear low moans from the upper part of the house, and immediately they had urgent business back home. Exciting stuff, bruv. The Counterfeit Man and Other Science Fiction Stories by Alan E. Norse. And I believe I've seen this book before at that store, but I could be wrong. There might have just been another Alan Norse book. Doesn't seem to have much value to it, despite being older. Counterfeit Man, what year is this? 1967 again, same as that year. Somewhere aboard their spaceship is an alien who has killed a crew member and taken over his body. It looks like, talks like, acts like a man, but it plans to destroy Earth. 10 chilling, thrilling, sometimes amusing science fiction short stories by Alan E. Norse. Hey, it's Philip K. Dickhead. My name is Philip K. Dickhead, and I'm here to watch your book's journey, bruv. I'm not a dickhead, I'm Philip K. Jack Vance, Big Planet, ceaselessly inventive and entertaining Anthony Boucher. I know there was when I went through it, I saw this. I was like, what the fuck? 2001, 2002 men's basketball. Notre Dame. Did they win any, bruv? What, did they play Michigan? Or no? Miami, Indiana. Miami. Chew of them, bruv. They played chew. What is this bullshit? Big Planet. This is about to fall off. Corner, an excellent sci-fi novel, a good old-fashioned travel among wonders yawn, in which a small group of Earthlings crash on a planet overrun centuries before by assorted dissidents who have set up the galaxy's oddest assortment of splinter societies. They set out to make a 40,000-mile trek across the unknown face of the planet, beset by monsters, natives, and each other. It's good fun all through, and the wacky society of Christendale must be experienced to be believed. Oh, yes, yes. Oh, that fucking piece fell off, didn't it? Where'd it go? Where'd it go inside? Where'd it fall to? I saw it fall. It's lost on... There it is. Should have a fucking contest, see if you can see that. That's a great game, buddy. A great game. All right. The Gods Will Have Blood by Anatoly France. Penguin Classic, obviously. X Library. I also have several copies of this, but can't remember what it was about. I know it's about the revolution. These little men who had demolished the throne itself and turned upside down the old order of things. This Trubert, a little optical mechanic, this Everistic, this Evariste Gamelin, an unknown artist, did not expect the least mercy from their enemies. For them, the alternatives were victory or death. Hence, their serene fanaticism. All right. That's some great commentary. I mean, did you really have to write that? What's this shit? Despotism. What's that in Arabic? The fuck is that? I think it is Arabic, buddy. In 1896, Anatole France was elected a member of l'Académie Française, a highly coveted honor in those days, as well as good business for an author. In 1921, he was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature. Anatole France's election to l'Académie Française was not without much opposition. His attacks on church and state had earned him many enemies on the right. One of the aristocratic establishment said to him on the eve of the election, "Everything in your writings, monsieur, shocks my beliefs, but genius is a gift of God. I should oppose the will of heaven if I did not vote for you." I never promised to vote for France, but trusted he would not be successful, since I have never heard of a case where a superior man was elected the first time. On hearing of this, France remarked dryly, "He must have made several applications himself." Yes. And speaking of a much maligned man, Neil Gaiman. M is for magic stories. I'm often shocked that people are shocked that a guy who basically wrote fucking kid stories for his whole career was a raging pervert who would basically sexually assault women. Not that he actually did. I don't know. I don't know the women any more than I know Mr. Gaiman. But I know one thing. Mr. Gaiman has been cancelled. The wolves in the walls. The days I swapped my dad for 2 goldfish. Yeah, I mean just the selections in his stories, I mean, tells you that the guy's a fucking weirdo. "I bid you good day," said a cultured voice, "and on your house and kin also." The funny thing is all these people are just throwing his books away. I mean, come on now. I don't like him anymore. No, you don't like the man behind the stories. I never liked him at all. I mean, look at this. Any 40-some-year-old dude who would put this in a book, you know he's a fucking creeper. And that's just common sense. Hey, I'm gonna put little women inside a book. Yeah. Neil Gaiman was always a weirdo. This book, simply bought for resale. Pepys's Verity by Colleen Hoover. Let's see what this is even about. Loan Ashley is a struggling writer on the brink of financial ruin when she accepts the job offer of a lifetime. Jeremy Crawford, husband of best-selling author Verity Crawford, has hired Loan to complete the remaining books in a successful series his injured wife is unable to finish. Loan arrives at the Crawford home, ready to sort through years of Verity's notes and outlines, hoping to find enough material to get her started. What Loan doesn't expect to uncover in the chaotic office is an unfinished autobiography Verity never intended for anyone to read. Page after page of bone-chilling admissions, including Verity's recollection of the night her family was forever altered. Absolute fucking shit. But I bought it to resell. This book, The Bolter, which on a Google search, I found that Taylor Swift, the inimitable poetaster of the music generation, wrote a song about this book, or at least this woman, Idina Sackville, descendant of one of England's oldest families, who went off to Kenya in search of adventure and became known as the High Priestess of the scandalous Happy Valley set. That's her, bruv. I don't know which song that Taylor Swift supposedly wrote about this book, but I was already in line at the thrift store when I picked it up. I still would have bought it. I mean, just because Taylor Swift writes about something doesn't mean you have to hate it. I mean, you should, but why do I keep saying baffling? Beautifully written. This woman looks insane. Osborne was born in London. She looks cray-cray. She does not look well. Idina had taken a lover. His name was Charles Gordon, and she had met him at a flat of a woman called Olga Lynn. Olga Lynn was a professional singer and singing teacher, and Lynn was not her real name. She had changed her surname from Lowenthal on moving to London from Germany. Keen to be invited to the parties at which she was hired to provide the after-dinner entertainment. Socially, she was a busy bee of a woman, given to emotional outpourings and intense friendships, and was widely suspected of being a sapphist. Does that mean lesbian? She lived in a large house in Catherine Street, a Georgian terrace in the shadow of Parliament. She filled it with guests for drinks, for dinner, for the night. It was a crossroads where art collectors mixed with actors, dancers, and the pleasure-seeking end of high society. There was always some sort of party going on in the evening at Aggie's, as her friends called her. Look at this fucking Dapper Dan, son of a bitch. I still got him through the mirror, bruv. There she is. That's Nancy Mitford. She wasn't very good looking either. I mean, people called this woman beautiful. I mean, come on now. She's not the ugliest person I've ever seen, but that's not beautiful. She lit up a room. Yeah, because she was a whore. I've never known anybody. It looks really hot chicks who lit up the room, and they only lit up the room because the dudes were all horny. I mean, yeah, she's not an ugly woman, but she's not exactly beautiful either. She's just a standard-looking, pasty-faced biatch. But she was a huge whore in Kenya at the Happy Valley set. Maybe I'll read it. Maybe I won't. What year was this? The fact that Taylor Swift wrote a song about it would indicate it was more recent. No, 2008. Kenya, Happy Valley. Kenya? Yeah, she could, obviously. There she is. I mean, that looks more appealing. Oh, that's Tallulah Bankhead. Tallulah was one of Aggie's new finds. She was exuberant and wild, inclined to shock, given half a chance, and certainly not dull, but compared with the practiced sophistication of the European women by whom she was now surrounded, an ingenue. Augie and Idina took her under their wing. They taught her about food and wine, showed her how to diet off her puppy fat, took her to Molyneux for her clothes, and taught her how to be decadent with style. Look at more pictures, honestly. Book comes off as a fucking page 6 kind of deal. Idina's brother, Buck. Buck. Imagine your name's fucking Buck. Oh, there she is. David Wallace's wife, Prue, and Idina's 2 granddaughters, Davina and Laura. I mean, this was not a handsome family. So it makes sense why she turned into a priestess of a whoredom. That's the car, bruv. David Wallace in the early 1930s. All right, that's all for that. What is this? Idina and Joss clearing ground. We, neither of us, have a vestige of a tummy left. We worked hard. Guess they got in shape to become hookers. Great news. I wonder who they're banging. Makers of Modern Strategy. This one I bought also to sell. Military Thought from Machiavelli to Hitler. I've seen that it sold for 10 to 15 bucks, so I'll probably sell it. And what else am I going to do with it? Don't really care about wars. Moltke and Schlieffen die Deutsch. Section 3. What's this then? Syrup. Let's see what this guy's or this woman's grocery list was. Barbecue sauce, spaghetti sauce, Ritz crackers, chicken noodle soup. What does that say? Prith? Does this say milk? It says milk. Cat food, canned dog food, chicken, bar soap, bacon, tissue, orange juice, and syrup. Sounds like something out of the 1970s for damn sure, buddy. Very nice underlining there, bro. An analytical investigation of the subject leads to an exact knowledge and if brought to bear on the results of experience, which in our case would be military history, to a thorough familiarity with it. Oh shit, the pages are falling out. Looks like I'm not selling this motherfucker, am I? Well, you should have went through it there, Bubbles. Yeah, now I have a book on war that I can't sell because the fucking pages are falling out. Well, it's 50 cents spent. But now I got some military history and political science on my side. We'll go to Cuba next. This is a very fat book, as you can see. Cuba, The Pursuit of Freedom by Hugh Thomas. Very fat book. It's got to be at least 1,500 pages, you would think, minimum. Yeah, it's going to be like 1,700 pages. Does that say Daniel Mingori? Daniel Mingori. This book's worth about 15 bucks, but it weighs about 7 or 8 pounds, so I'm going to say it's unsellable. Castro in Russia. I'm a communist. I don't think people should have money of their own, even though I buy all kinds of shit with the money I get from my truck driving job. So yeah, this is just page after page of fucking Cuban history. Cuba prostrate. What year was this book published? I'll say 67. 1967, I believe. 1971. Hugh Thomas. Who's the book? Library of Roman di Valenti. Di Valente. Sounds Italian. Sounds Italiano. And finally, the last book, Bringing Out the Dead, which I wouldn't have bought if it did not have this in it. A signed, inscribed, signed inscription. Joe, you got it. I'm waiting. We're going to see it. Story, short or long, wait, doesn't matter. It's going to happen. I assume he's talking about a movie of the book, which did come out, I think, a year later. Never seen the... Maybe I did see the movie. I don't know. I don't really know anything about this book. It looks like Charlie LaDuff. I got back to the ambulance to find Larry sitting in the driver's seat. Time to switch, he said. I wheel, you heel. I walked to the passenger side. It was 4 o'clock in the morning. I must decline it, bro, even though I am done here.